Hi world, it's Shannon Marie, and it's May 15th, 2015. It's Friday night, and I'm at home. I've had a laid back evening, super chill. I feel really in a weird mood though. I'm half really irritated and half loving my life. So I'll just start with the bad and then I'll save the best for last. So I'm really annoyed though with my dad and my cousin Courtney because I think yesterday this week I've made a couple videos and I've talked about um, how I have the opportunity to become a surrogate mother for this really great couple that I know, and I've highly been considering it. And I've never had kids, so the first day that I was asked this question, I literally didn't tell anyone. I just lived my life and just, let the thoughts roll around in my head and in my own heart to see how I felt after that initial shock of it, because they're very serious and it's a cool little package deal. If I were to do it, I wouldn't have to work for a year. Like all these pluses to the whole situation. So all of that sounds really good, but the emotional part, I've never had kids, so I don't know. I don't know what that's like to grow a baby inside your belly, let alone grow a baby in your belly and then have to give it away at the end. And I wasn't really even thinking about that. I mean, I thought about that, but I wasn't thinking in depth about that. I'm thinking about everything else. Like at nighttime when I'm feeling fat and tired and like crap, I want to be consoled and loved. And like ever since I was little, I've dreamed of being pregnant and with my husband and like experiencing this newness together of life. I feel like life is so significant, even the teeny little things, and this big thing is like super more significant. So that's just my thoughts. So I said all that because that's just, what's been going on. That's been my thought process on my own. And I rarely reach out to people for advice. I have to be very honest. 9 times out of 10, people are coming to me asking me what to do in their life, in these life situations. I rarely go to anyone asking, "Oh my God, I don't know what to do." Like I just don't do that in my life. But yesterday I did call my 2 best friends, Jamie and Vanessa, and they both have kids and they know what it's like. And they actually both advised me against it because they know that I'm so emotional and I get very emotionally tied to things, which is very true. And they both independently in our conversation said the very same things, the same exact things. Like literally the same exact things, and they're different people, but they had the same perspective because they know me and their mothers. So before I spoke to them, I called my dad though. I called my dad on my way home from work, and I called him, and he's on vacation right now. So I asked what he was doing, and he was just watching television. So I'm like, all right. And I start to talk, but then I cut myself off. And I'm like, wait, do you promise not to tell anyone what I'm about to tell you? And he's like, well, I don't know. I'm like, Dad, what do you mean? Promise that you won't say it? I'm like, I'm coming to you with some sensitive information because my dad knows the couple and I don't want this to be blasted all over my family. Like that's disrespectful. It's not any of their business. And as a matter of fact, I don't tell my family anything about this couple that I'm very close with. I see them almost all the time, and I just keep it very separate. I'm not a gossiper. I'm not going to tell anyone's business ever to for any reason. It's just stupid gossiping. It's dumb. Ain't nobody got time for any of that. So, but I know how my family is. So that's why I made it a point to say to my dad, do you promise not to say anything? Since he knows them and my family knows them. And he's like, well, it depends on what it is. And I'm like, Dad, what? And I'm like, what do you mean it depends? He's like, well, tell me what it is, and then I'll tell you if I can keep it to myself. And I'm like, you are out of control right now. Are we really having this conversation? Isn't there a clause in our father-daughter relationship where I could tell you stuff and you're not going to go run around and tell people? I thought that was how it was. That's why I've been so open with you. And I'm like, Dad, I never go to you. I never come to you for anything. I just don't. And the fact that I'm coming here, I'm calling you, wanting to have this discussion with you, and you can't promise that you'll keep it to yourself? Are you being serious right now? And he was dead serious. And actually, he was like, yeah, if you feel like, if it's that sensitive of information, then maybe you shouldn't tell me. What? What's happening? I don't understand. So I'm like, you know what, Dad? I gotta go. I'll let you go now. And he's like, okay, I love you. I'm like, Dad, bye. I'm never like that with him. I'm never like that. That's so irritating to me that my own father cannot promise to keep a secret about some sensitive information that I'm going through, or a situation that I'm requesting his perspective because I respect him. Are you being serious? In my mind, it's very hard for me to process this because I personally, and maybe I can't reflect my way, my mode of operation in this world. I can't project that onto anyone else. But I just feel like that's crazy. That's very crazy to me. A stranger could tell me something and I feel like that's confidential. If that stranger told me something, they told me, not everyone else in my life. So it would be wrong of me to share that information with anyone else. Same with my friends. Same with my family. Do you know how much stuff I know about my family? Individuals in my family and my friends? And I would never dare say anything because it's not my business. And my own father is saying this to me? And I wanted to come to him and just say, Dad, I'm considering having their baby. But as my dad, I'm just curious what your thoughts are. I'm curious. I respect how you feel. I respect your position in my life. I'm just curious what your perspective is. I didn't even get to have that conversation with him. And when I came home, I was clearly upset about it, and I told my mom, I'm like, Mom, my dad's annoying right now. And she's like, what happened? And I told her, and she's like, well, you got to understand, you can't take it personal, Shannon. They've been separated since I was like 4. She's like, you can't take it personal. You have to understand that he did not grow up in a family like that, where it's like a confidential relationship. And because she knew my dad's family before she knew my dad. So she knew my dad's mom, all his sisters, and they all gossip. I'm sorry to say. I love them so much, but they gossip. And the fact that my dad had that was the tone and the outcome of our conversation yesterday, that just proves that he's a gossiper too. So all these years, I'm just like, ugh. I'm very irritated at him. And my cousin Courtney, like I just said, I don't reach out to anyone for anything, really. It's just fun or whatever. Do you need something? I don't ever call someone because I need something. That's not how I do things anymore. When I was younger, I think I would, like, hey, can I, whatever. I don't even do that. Like, I'm self-sufficient in my life. And even if I need something, I'll wait until I can do it. So the point is, I called her, and she's like, I love her. We're very close in age, but we didn't grow up together because I'm an LA girl and she's a country girl from Champaign, Illinois, Courtney. And But now she lives here in LA, and like we've gotten really close. So I called her yesterday on the way after I talked to my dad, and I'm like, "Girl, you won't even believe the conversation I had with my dad." So basically I told her that. So and I told her, "Well, I don't want to tell you until you promise not to say anything to anyone in our family or anyone because it's so sensitive of information." And she's like, "Yeah, of course not. I'm not going to say anything." So I start to tell her, and she's like, "Oh, sorry, wait. I'm at Chloe's audition for a commercial. I'm here, like, in a little holding room. I'll call you back when we leave." And we hung up. She texted me right away and said, "Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God, what a crazy, this is like a big life opportunity, a big deal. I'll call you when we leave." I didn't get a call till later, which is fine. She's a mom, she's a wife. I totally get it. I don't need to be first priority. But the point is, we ended up talking later, and she's like, "Okay, hold on, that's my account, and I gotta click over." I'm like, "Call me right back." And she didn't call back. All day today, I didn't hear from her, which is okay. That's fine. It's irritating, though. So I texted her tonight. And I said, "Have you really not called me back?" With 2 question marks. And she wrote me back, and she's like, "Girl, I'm so sorry I didn't." But still hasn't called back. So she knows why I was calling her, but I've been unable to get that feedback back. And it's not even like I need it, because I honestly feel like I've in my mind made up my decision, but I just am sitting on it just for like another day before I tell them what my decision is, the couple. But what's up with my family? Like, this is stupid. There's no consistency, and that, I think this is like bringing up emotions and feelings from when I was a little girl, because how my mom explained it last night, she's like, "Yeah, your dad didn't grow up in a family like I did. They went on family vacations. Every meal they sat down together. They went away for the weekend. Like, they did everything together as a family, and there was trust. There was so much love, and it was just honestly like kind of opposite from my dad's side of the family. So growing up, I had unconditional love from my mom's side of the family, and then I had conditional love from my dad's side of the family. And I didn't know what those terms were, or what those definitions of those terms were growing up, but I could feel that. And when I got to be old enough, I realized, like, I like being with my dad's side of the family, but I just don't feel like they love me or even like me most of the time. But I got nothing but unconditional love from my mom's side of the family. So here we are, I'm 31 years old, and I'm experiencing the same thing. And not to say that they don't love me unconditionally, but it just feels like there's always conditions on stuff. And that's such an unstable environment to grow up in and to be in. I'm 31, I'm a grown-ass woman, but this is irritating me. And I'm not expecting people to drop what they're doing to give me attention and feed in whatever I'm trying to do. Like, just be there. I don't reach out to anyone. And I never ask anyone for anything, opinions especially. So the fact that I did reach out to my dad and my cousin that I love so much, we have such a great relationship, why am I not getting anything back from these people? And I'm a firm believer in the fact that you draw to you what you're holding. So what am I holding that I'm attracting this half-ass bullshit in my life when I need it the most? Oh, that's interesting. When I just said that just now, I feel like I had a revelation, like an aha moment, because I'm speaking about something different about my mom, about my dad and my cousin, but that last phrase, If I had to sum up my life right now, though, that's weird. If I had to sum up my life right now, I feel like this is like go time, but I'm not really giving all my energy. But that has nothing to do with them. So how does that? Because that's what I hold. But they have nothing to do with each other. I don't know. They're annoying. I'm going to go. But I'll say this. Mike and I are really good, so that always makes me really happy. Like, he's very cute. Today he's like, "Call me when you get off of work," so I called him. And when I called him, or actually I didn't even get a chance to call him. He called me because he knows what time I get off, and I left my office late. And he called. I was like, wait, what do you do? What? I was gonna call you, but he called, and he was like, why do you sound so happy? And I'm like, well, I just love my life. And he's just like, oh my god, you sound amazing. He's very cute. Do you know? I'm like so in love with him. And he's like, has anyone told you how cute you are today? And I said, no, not yet. And he's like, well, you're just so cute, Shannon. He's like, and Lewis seconds that. And he said, he's like, Lewis is the cutest of the cute. So the fact that he's telling you that you're cute means that you are definitely so cute. So that definitely made me happy. So I'm going to come back and make another video, though. You guys are being very annoying. Everyone's annoying. Not everyone. I can't say that. That's not true. But I will actually think about what just happened, because that was like an aha moment. I don't know how that connects, though. It's like weird. I'll just think about it. Whatever. I'm going to go. Thank you for listening to me, though. I love you guys. Bye.